Today we're in Las Vegas. There is a small demonstration here against Trump. Okay, we'll just take a look.
Pray for peace is my slogan. Seriously.
No justice, no peace. U.S. out the Middle East. U.S. out the Middle East. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. The U.S. out the Middle East. The U.S. out the Middle East. Out of Venezuela, out of Bolivia, out of Iraq, out of Iran, and out of Palestine.
Pray for peace.
Number one terrorist.
U.S. imperialist.
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 Biggest threat in the world today.
U.S. imperialist.
Biggest threat in the world today.
USA.
Biggest threat in the world today. Humanitarians.
That's a lie.
They don't care if Iraqis die. Humanitarians.
That's a lie.
They don't care if Iraqis die. Humanitarian.
That's a lie.
They don't care if Iraqis die. What do we want?
No more wars.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
No more war.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
No more war.
When do we want it?
Now.
Pentagon kills by the hour. What do we do?
Fight the power.
Pentagon kills by the hour. What do we do?
Fight the power.
Pentagon kills by the hour. What do we do?
Fight the power.
Pentagon kills by the hour. What do we do?
Fight the power.
Pentagon kills by the power. What do we do?
Fight the power.
Hands off Iraq!
Hands off Iraq.
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 No war with Iran!
No war with Iran.
No war, no sanctions!
No war, no sanctions.
No war, no sanctions!
No war, no sanctions.
Hands off Iraq!
Hands off Iraq.
Hands off Iraq!
Hands off Iraq.
U.S. out the Middle East!
Let's get him in there.
Peace!
U.S. out the Middle East.
Road to peace!
U.S. out the Middle East.
You're not going to say something to the camera?
U.S. out of the Middle East. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Unequivocally, without no conditions. We have to depart. We have to cease our activities. Get all the bases out from these places we occupy. It's an occupation. We occupy these countries. It's time to end it. Criminal interventionist wars, regime change wars, wars of sanction. Financial pressures. This all has to be stopped because it's time. It's time. It's so far beyond time. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling a bit, but that's why we're out here. We're tired of seeing people, the innocents, crushed under the foot of U.S. imperialism. Basically, is what it is.
According to the whims of the people whose primary responsibility in this life is reading off a teleprompter. This is about controlling the most strategic area of the world with the most important resources on the planet and holding on to profit margins. The world's biggest empire isn't fueled by palace intrigue. It's literally fueled by oil and gas. The U.S. is pushing for this war while they still can. If they lose any more ground, they will have to give up the empire, something we all know they'll die before they do. No war with Iran!
No war with Iran.
Want to
say something?
U.S. out of Iran!
This is insanity, and it's madness. And as much as anything, it's a measure of the insanity of the people who run this country and run the world.
U.S. out of the Middle East.
No justice, no peace. U.S. out of Middle East.
No justice, no peace. U.S. out of the Middle East.
You want to say something, please?
Yes.
It's small but dedicated, and because it's Saturday, so the traffic's not so heavy. but we're getting probably at least 50% of people honking and agreeing. Actually, everybody, like this answercoalition.org, and it's got a whole bunch of other organizations behind it. The thing is that Las Vegas has a small local population, mostly tourists and people from California who work temporary here. So we have to do with what we can.
Will you be able to stop the war for those few people?
It's not about that. It's about the legislators knowing where we stand. That's what this is about, so that they know there's opposition. If we all stayed home having hot cocoa this morning and nobody came out here, then they just think that they can do whatever they want. They think that we're all complacent, but we're not. And there are people who can't be here today. Maybe they have work. You don't know, but the people who can be are.
Thank you, lady.
Thank you.
Would you like to say something to the camera?
Just that all patriotic Americans need to pray for peace and help our government change its aggressive policies in the Middle East. My entire life we've been at war. We've been very lucky that 9/11 was the only horrible attack on our soil. However, the policies of this administration and our government at this time are putting every American at risk. Pray for peace and get our country out of the Middle East. Help the people that are here in this country now. Use those dollars to help feed people, clothe people, Medicare for all, not fighting and having our young people go over there to die and be maimed for nothing but the richness of corporate greed and defense contractors. No more war.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm a YouTuber, and if anyone wants to talk to me to
Sure.
camera, sure.
Yeah.
Just,
What's your YouTube?
I'll write it down for you.
Yeah, sure.
But we've been living in Asia the last 10 years, and we just moved to Las Vegas like a year and a half ago. So, woo! Okay, and we have a really big Asian following, obviously, for some reason. But he just came back from Taiwan 2 months following both sides' interviews for their independence movement that's going on. So then this happened. Lovely.
Okay, so we're out here. We are protesting against the U.S.'s intervention in the Middle East and Donald Trump's killing of the beloved Iranian leader. We're calling now for the United States to exit the Middle East and get out of there, and calling for an end ultimately to U.S. imperialism, allowing nations the right to self-determination.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
And that's our YouTube channel, so you can. It should be up probably today. Okay. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
I
Go
think it was
home
halfway
and do it.
coherent what I said. My blood was so boiling.
I know.
I'm like screaming and stuff.
Yesterday, when I woke up, I wouldn't shut up, and we talked about it all day. And then my son just turned 18, and I'm like, okay, if the draft happens, we just got back to the States after 10 years away. I said, if the draft happens here, where are we going? Because we're not staying here. They are not taking my son.
Absolutely.
No way.
If I have anything to say about it, they will not take us.
Exactly.
I mean, that's why we're out here.
Exactly.
So we're
And
citizens
plus it's so
exercise.
unfair.
That's right. Dissent is patriotic. It's the essence of it.
It is. It is.
No blood for oil! No blood for oil! No blood for oil! No blood for oil!
Who are you with, dude?
I'm a YouTuber.
Oh, okay.
From where are you located? Where do you base out of?
Base is Japan.
Oh, Japan.
Okay.
I live here. I stay here.
What type of videos do you do on your channel?
Mostly traveling.
Oh, travel.
And international culture.
Okay.
Yeah, not very much political.
Oh,
Yeah.
Art, music.
I see.
Thank you, though.
We have so many mixes of cultures here.
Yep.
So I was explaining to him, 'cause he's originally from China, but he's a Norwegian citizen. And yeah, I was explaining, because our book is on that card. We just published that book last year. It was about his story of growing up in during the Cultural Revolution in China and how he got out.
Oh, wow.
And he's a violinist and violin maker.
Really?
Yeah, and so it was anything Western was destroyed, smashed, everything. So his mindset, even just changing his mindset when he left, he didn't understand how Australia worked, and then Norway. And so he spent several years traveling all over the world, and he was just in Taiwan for 2 months interviewing both sides about their independence movement. So now we're trying to explain to them too, after this happened, you know, if we don't like something, we have the right to do this. So they need to know and understand, you know, it's not just a fist comes in and says, no, you can't even speak against us.
That's right. That's right. When you're given to solving problems with the war machine, every problem looks like a nail that you have to hammer. So if that's your foreign policy is, well, you know, what's this going on over here, and you go over with bombs, and that's your solution. No. It's not even a quick fix. It's a disaster. It exacerbates. It makes everything horrible for the indigenous communities.
And you think about what, I mean, come on. Why haven't previous presidents taken this guy out? Because the repercussions are so dire. And then I love the quote they keep coming up with from his Twitter from 2011 and 12, where he said Obama would bomb Iran if he wasn't going to be re-elected, and then he does it. And he leaves it on his Twitter feed.
He leaves it on his Twitter feed.
He planned it a long time ago.
He planned it a long time ago. He had it in his mind forever.
Which says he is surpassingly inept as a human being, not just as a politician or a statesman, as a human being.
Yes, definitely.
Is the United States empire. Number one terrorist, U.S. imperialist. Number one terrorist, U.S. imperialist.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Yeah, bye. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's going to get this up online.
Yeah.
We're going to get this
in the
up.
afternoon, we'll be online. Okay. In the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's YouTube.
YouTube channel.
Yes, I have the
Yeah,
channel
I'll
there.
send it.
I
I'll send
go
him a
home
picture of
and
the
I
card.
edit it.
Okay.
And then maybe in the afternoon we'll be on there. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful morning, y'all.
Thank you. You too.
You too.
Bye bye. Bye.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
For which party?
Democrat.
Democrat Party?
No more Republicans. Not after this joke.